Blessings and greetings. Greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We are alive because we're blessed to stay alive in this most existential of moment, and with the intent of being configured to Torah Chaim, instructions of life, Torah Chesed, instructions of kindness, Torah Rachamim, instructions of mercies. This is to begin a new series called Pondering upon Prophecy, where I will attempt to share with teachings, not to bring you a final definition of any of these concepts, hopefully to be heard by your blessed ears and internalized by your blessed mind, but rather to inspire you, hopefully, to want to learn more about these ideas according to a Torah perspective. And we'll be outsourcing from various teachings from the Tzemach Tzedek, the third Chabad Rebbe, Rebbe Menachem Mendel Schneerson, who lived from 1789 till he went to the next level of life in 1876. As well, this humble presentation is dedicated to the Ila Nishmas of the elevation of the soul of my dear mother-in-law, Maras Rivka Fartuna, Aliyah Shalom Bas Daniel, Alav Shalom, and for Habocher Hatamim, Reb Eliyahu Ben Menachem Mendel, Leila Nishma Sof, the elevation of soul, whose life was snuffed out at the tender age of 24, this past Tishrei on Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. So here we go. There exists a difference between the comprehension of the prophets that we read about in the 5 books of Moses, the Torah, and the Nevi'im, prophets like Isaiah and Ezekiel and Samuel, Shmuel, and Daniel. So there are differences that exist between the comprehension of such prophets in relation to the comprehension of the wise ones, the Chachamim, and the masters of divine inspiration, Bali Ruach HaKodesh, individuals like Rashbi and the Arizal. But we must take note that even among the prophets themselves, there existed differences. For example, for Isaiah the prophet, who was also known as the Navi Agula, the prophet of redemption, his prophetic statements emanated from the world of thought, creation, Olam Abriyah. While by Ezekiel the prophet, Yecheskel Navi, his prophetic statements emanated from the world of formation / speech, Olam Yitzirah. Now both prophets indeed accessed the world of intellect, Olam Atzilus, as it enclosed themselves within the particular world that was relevant to each one of these particular prophets. Now in contrast, the masters of divine inspiration, the Bali Ruach HaKodesh, the Chachamim, the wise ones, they were able to enter into the divine pardes / orchard, and yet they did not attain the prophecy awareness experience. Instead, what they accessed and were able to internalize were the lights, the oros emanating from the world of formation, Olam Yitzira, the world of speech. Now, a sharp contrast between the prophets, the Nevi'im, and the masters of divine inspiration, the Bali Ruach HaKodesh, relate to the quality of knowledge they had accessed, blessed souls. For the prophets accessed prophetic knowledge by seeing or comprehending a quality of godliness, elokus, known as hasagas hamahus, a comprehension of the essence of godliness that truly exists, that unfortunately the common human being, which is the vast majority of us, is, and is still incapable of attaining. Meaning we cannot get to it because we haven't gone through a certain level of purification and training to access this asagas amahus, this comprehension of godliness. On the other hand, The Bali Ruach HaKodesh, the masters of divine inspiration, access divine knowledge in a manner described tersely as having knowledge of some form of divine existence, Yedias Mitzias. They had a knowledge that something existed within the realm of godliness, not perceived through the agency of prophecy, but through their own human intelligence. And a divine spirit came upon them. And the source material for this first half of the presentation came from the Tzemach Tzedek's Derek Mitzvah Secha. For those of you interested in learning more about it, you can access the Hebrew, although there are English translations now of Derek Mitzvah Secha, which literally means the way of your commandments. Daf Kuf Ein Beis to Gimel in the Tzemach Tzedek's Ora Torah, Parshas Vayera, Daf Kuf Kof Taf Kuf Samech in Parshas Bechuchosai from Ora Torah by the Tzemach Tzedek, Daf Taf Resh Ayin Gimel, and from Torah portion of Bamidbar in the series of Ora Torah by the Tzemach Tzedek, Daf Taf Tzadik Daled. Now I'd like to give you another perspective as it relates to the prophets, perhaps in a more colorful and yet equally terse fashion, to help us more finely focus in on prophetic experience, that which most of us, I'm sorry to say I haven't experienced yet, looking forward to experience it one day, the time of the universal redemption, when prophecy shall be freely poured upon the human family experience for those who are meritorious to this, who merit to this. Divine rays enclothing themselves and dwelling within refined physical human bodies, in order the prophets should see beyond the veil, curtain of normative human awareness. Yes, the prophets were and are and will always be beyond the bell curve of normative human awareness. A type of unification experienced by a very select group of human beings. A type of visual perception paradoxically not pertaining to the physical human eye. Rather, perception of essential human comprehension. For there exists, blessed souls, a quality of spirituality within the human soul, a ruchniya shabanefesh, called I or ayin, which is a form of seeing far more essential than any physical vision perceived by the corporeal human eye. This I within the human soul, ayin shaba nefesh shel adam, was, is, and will always be that which the prophet sees, he or she. May we strive into the future to learn more about the literal meaning of prophecy from a Torah perspective, blessed souls. And then when we gather up the intestinal spiritual fortitude to want to go deeper into what is a prophet, another place I can suggest you could learn more about the prophets according to an authentic Israelite Torah perspective is to go to the laws of the foundations of Torah by Rambam, the Nesher Godel, the Great Eagle. I believe starting from chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10, where the Rambam explains, according to the codification of the oral Torah tradition, otherwise known as Halacha, in his epic work Mishnah Torah, we can learn more about what is a prophet. So let us end off with a heartfelt prayer that divine compassion should be aroused by human beings being compassionate upon ourselves and others, that the prophets of old and the prophets of yesteryear and prophets of today who have not yet been identified as that, but the Rambam writes that before the coming of the universal redemption, prophecy shall in fact return to the creation. May we witness speedily in that day that the prophets from Israel, and the prophets of all nations for that matter, spring up, masters of divine inspiration, Bali Ruach HaKodesh, to lead the human family experience, all 7.5 billion human beings, all blessed and anointed with a divine image, to get out and scrimmage, to make this blessed earth a sustainable, nourishing place for all forms of existence on the plane of inanimate matter, vegetative matter, animal kingdom, and the human family experience. May all this be accomplished in the way of Ahava Chad, one love, Gorla Chad, one destiny, Kulanu for all of us, B'darchinom Darki Shalom, in a pleasant and peaceful fashion. And I sign off as I am accustomed to remind everyone, before anyone else, I've got to be good, and all of you blessed souls have to be good, because Ateva Tov Le'etiv is the nature of the good to do good, and the Creator who is the source of our goodness, waits ever so patiently for us to activate that goodness, again, with the intent of actualizing all our potential as faithful human stewards of this blessed mustard seed in relation to the whole universe, planet Earth. Because once you start to interact with your divine image, you realize what life is really worth. Take care.